All right, excellent. So everybody take out your packet and immediately switch to Thursday. It is going to be a beautiful, beautiful day. Excellent. Jazzy is there. Noel is there. And Salamatu is there. Excellent. So, Noel, kick us off. What is the question that I posed to all three of you today?
How do good mathematicians compare the order decimals?
So, how do good mathematicians compare and order decimals? Right? How do you think we do that? Jazzy? Everybody tracking Jazzy? Right? Say it one more time a little louder.
So you can compare decimals to fractions.
Why do you say we can compare decimals to fractions?
We can compare decimals to fractions because if it's like 1
No, you're right. She is absolutely right. Check it out. So, today, what we're going to do when we're going to compare and order decimals, we're going to use the place value system. So, the takeaway for today is, as you know, when it is in green, this is the skill we're going to be practicing, by, and this is how we're going to execute it. So, good mathematicians compare decimals by using a place value chart to compare each value. Just like how you compare normal numbers, you compare decimals in the same way. But today I am going to reveal to you a whole new aspect of place value. We are going to uncharted territory. The tens, the hundreds, and the thousands. Who's ever heard of those place values? Quietly raise your hand. Noel, what do you know about them?
That is like the opposite of the thousands, the hundreds, and the tens, and the ones.
Why do you say it's the opposite?
Because when I was learning it with Miss Victory, the tens were like it was like a little different. They were first, and like it's not in order.
Absolutely. So going back to what Jazzy said about fractions, whenever we go past the ones, right, and we go into the tenths, hundreds, remember there's a difference between tens and tenths, hundreds, hundreds, thousands, thousands. That THS makes that difference and always tell us that we are going backwards, right? Excellent, excellent, excellent. Another key thing to remember, once again, as Jazzy said, this is fractions, right? So when you have something like 0.10, 0.25, that is not a whole number, so it cannot be in the ones. It can be in the tens, hundreds, or thousands. It is practically a fraction. Jazzy, how would you say a fraction of 0.25?
You can like do 25 out of 100.
Yeah. So how would you say that as a fraction, right? If I say 0.25 as a fraction or 0.50 as a fraction, how would we say that? Out of 100. So this would be, go ahead. So 1/2, right? 0.50 is 1/2, right? It is 1/2 of a whole number. You add another 0.50 and you get a 1 whole. You get a 1 in the ones place value. We get it? Right? So everything after the ones is pretty much a fraction, right? It's not a whole number. Excellent. So let's jump right into it. But before we do that one more time, let's have everybody say the takeaway one more time. No, I'll read it.
Good mathematicians compare decimals by using a place value chart to compare each value.
Salamat to say it.
Good mathematicians compare decimals by using a place value chart.
Jazzy, what is the takeaway? The challenge is for you today. Do you remember it? They just said it. Good math.
Good mathematicians compare decimals by using a place value chart.
Excellent. Welcome, Leon. Come in. So happy to see you this morning, my friend. Welcome. Like I was telling everybody, today we are going into uncharted territory. We are doing something we have never talked about before, right? Which is the decimal system, and we're going to use that using the place value chart. So have you ever seen this before, Liam? I know you know about the thousands, hundreds, tens, ones, but do you know about the tens, hundreds, and thousands? So we're going to learn about that today, right? And we're going to learn it by this takeaway. So read it for me real quickly, and let's jump right into it.
Good mathematicians compare decimal values and then place values. Try to compare each value.
Excellent. So you remember Tuesday, how we were doing the place values by just using our ones, thousands, all the way up to billions? We're going to be doing the same, but today we're going to incorporate our decimals and using the tenths, hundreds, and thousands. All right? Excellent. So let's do that first model. Everybody, eyes on me. And let's have a reader. Who wants to read this problem for me? Matter of fact, Liam, pick it up. Go ahead. Switch to Thursday and read that model for me, bud. You just came in and I'm going to put you right in the mix. Right here, buddy. You got it. Nice, loud, and proud.
Doug finished a race in 3.4 minutes. And Pat finished the same race in 3 points.
Uh-huh. Go ahead, Liam. Go ahead, Liam. So Doug finished the race in 3.4 minutes, and Pat finished the same race in 3.334 minutes. Which runner finished the race first? So, now that I know what their timing was of how they finished the race, what do you think I have to do? Think about what I have here.
Value chart.
Put them in the place value chart, right? So, what is this 3? What place value is this 3 at?
Tenths.
Tenths? Everybody evaluate. Do we think this is in the tenths?
Thousand? No, hundreds?
Look where this is. Look where this is.
That's actually not thousand. No, one.
Yeah, me either. I don't understand.
What place value, if I say this is the number, you have 3.4. What place value is this 3 going to be? Ones. This is in the ones place value.
Oh,
Remember,
because they got a dog.
you see the decimal? The decimal makes all the difference. For example, if I didn't have the decimal or the 0.4, this would just be a 3. What place value is that 3 in? The ones. So, when I say 3.4, once again, what place value is that 3 in? The ones, right? So I'm going to put the 3 right here for Deb. Then I'm going to put my decimal. Then what place value is this for?
Tenths.
Tenths, right? Emphasis on that THS. So we're going to put that right there as well. Excellent. So now we know how Deb finished when we incorporate her time into our place value chart. Let's do the same with Pat. So, Liam, what place value is this 3 in? The ones. Excellent. Jazzy, what place value is this 3 in? Yeah, the tenths, right? Once again, emphasis on the THS. Noah, what place value is the next 3 in?
Hundreds.
Hundreds, right? And Salamatu, what place value is the 4 in? Thousands, right? Once again, emphasis on the THS, THS, THS. Excellent. So now let's compare, right? In the ones place value, 3 and 3?
It's even.
Even, equal, right? 4 and 3, Something's not right, something's not even. Which is up? Right? And that's Deb's time. So what does that tell us without even having to look at the hundreds and the thousands? Who finished faster? Deb. Is it Deb? Everybody evaluate. Remember, when you run a race, and you get time, do you win by having the most time or the least amount of time? Least. if we run a race and I finish in 8 seconds and you finish in 10 seconds, who wins the race?
Oh.
Ah, we get it, right? So the shorter time is actually the winner in a race, right? So, just by looking at our tens place value and seeing the 4 for Deb and the 3 for Pat, who finished the race faster?
Pat.
Pat, excellent. Let's jump straight into our guided practice. Everybody try that on their own. What I want to see on everybody's paper is this place value chart that I just made in front of you. Make it, make it, make it. If you need loose leaf, I will provide it. But everybody make this beautiful place value chart, because when we have visuals, we learn that much better. I'm going to give everybody about 2 minutes. Let's jump right into it. Everybody start making that place value chart. And I'm coming around with pencils, my friends. Let me-
How are we supposed to go over this?
Huh? I want you to make this place value chart first, Noel. Everybody should be only making this place value chart, huh? Eraser, yes. All I want everybody to do is just make this place value chart first. Make sure you start from the 1,000 all the way to the thousands. Good job, Leon. He is almost there. Noel is almost there. Jazzy is almost there. And Salamatu is almost there. Excellent. So Leon, I want you to go ahead and I want you to start plugging these into the place values. Let's see. The question is asking us, order the lengths of cockroaches, from least to greatest. But guess what? Someone has to measure these cockroaches, and it's going to be us. Excellent. Start plugging those numbers in. Put those numbers in the place value. Put those numbers in the place value. Oh, sorry. Good job, Daddy. Excellent. So, everybody got it? Everybody plugging their numbers in?
I'm plugging that last number.
Excellent. Take about 20 more seconds.
I can't even get to 20.
Don't worry, try your best. We're going to do it on the board. It's only the GP. We will do this together, my friend, I promise. Nobody's perfect, but practice makes permanent. Practice makes permanent. All we got to do is practice. Yeah, you got it. The only thing you're missing, I really want you to make a little line in between with just the dot, with just the decimal, right? Just to keep ourselves super, super organized. What's up, Liam? You got it? Oh. Oh, I don't know what's happening to all my erasers. Yeah, but looks like a couple of my kids are chewing on these. Not saying you. Don't look at me like that, Missy. So funny. All right, excellent. I'm going to do it on the board, and then we will review it together. Who's done? All right, so matter of fact, come up and Jazzy. You got it too? All right, so Jazzy, I want you to put it in the place value for Australia. You can put it for Australia. Jazzy, you're going to put it for America. And Leon, come up and put it for the Orient. I have the place value right there. Make sure you're putting it correctly. You're done too. I want you to just hold on, and I want you to compare what you put to what they're putting on the board, all right?
You can write the bottom.
Mm-hmm. So once again, Salamatu is doing Australia. Jazzy, you're doing America. And Leon, you're doing the Orient. remember before, this is why I said you gotta put an emphasis on the decimal, right? It's gotta be the tens or the ones. There we go, Salamatu. Salamatu, what made you change your mind and put that 0 in the ones place? Okay, well, that'll do the trick too. Excellent. All right. Go ahead, Jazzy and Leon. Put yours in as well. Salamatu, you can sit down. Great job. And remember, Australia is blue. Oriental is green, and Jazzy is coming in red for American. Excellent, 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 excellent. So back to your seat as well. Everybody eyes back up on me. Let's look at what we did, right? So, we're going to start on top. Thank you, Salamatu, for doing that. She represented the Australian cockroach, right? So, 3 in the tens place, 0 in the ones place, right? Just because it does not have a value of 1 to 9 does not mean it's not there, right? It's always there. 7 in the tenths, 8 in the hundreds, and 3 in the thousands, right? Excellent. Then we have green, which was Leon for the Oriental cockroach. 3 again in the tens, 0 once again in the ones, 9 in the tenths, 3 in the hundreds. Excellent. And last we have the American cockroach with red from Jazzy. 3 in the tenths, 0 in the ones, 7 in the tenths, 9 in the hundreds, and 9 in the thousands. Noel, what is the question asking us? Say it one more time.
From least to greatest.
From least to greatest. What does that mean?
We gotta put the number of we gotta put the name of which one is going like from the last that has the less amount of cockroaches to the greatest.
Yeah, so from the smallest to the biggest, right? Excellent. So let's measure it. Let's look at our tens and our ones before we jump into the other realm, right? 3, 3, 3, all lined up, all equal, correct? Everybody agree? Excellent. 0, 0, 0, all lined up, everybody agree? Excellent. Now, when we cross to the other side, when we are no longer dealing with whole numbers, right? We have 7 in the tenths, 9 in the tenths, and 7 in the tenths. What does that tell us? The 7 and 7 are equal, so we have to keep continuing to find the least. And we already know that the 9 in the tenths is bigger, so we know that's going to be on the least side or the greatest side, Leon. The what side?
The least.
The least side, everybody evaluate. Do we think that's going to be on the least side or the greatest side? Salamatu, you're disagreeing. Why? Yeah, so the 9 right here for the Oriental. It's going to be what? No. Why are you disagreeing?
It's gonna be the greatest one because when the number's not even and the number's bigger, that means it's gonna be the biggest one.
Excellent, right? Exactly. Listen, now we're not judging by a race, but we're judging which is the biggest cockroach, right? And we know when our ones and our tens are completely lined up and equal, we look at our tens and we see there's a 9. The 9 is bigger than the 7, right? So that we know is going to be our greatest. So what is our greatest length of cockroach from where? Remember, green is for the Oriental, right? The Oriental. So we know that the Oriental cockroach is the biggest because of its place value in the tenths being the 9. But now, let's go back to the American and the Australian cockroach, where we see we are tied at 7. What do we do next, Jazzy?
We go to the hundreds.
Yeah, we go to the hundreds. And when we go to the hundreds, what two numbers do we see, Jazzy?
I see 8, 3, and 9.
Yeah, so we can forget about this, right? We know Oriental is the biggest, right? But we have to go from the least to the greatest, right? So, which one do you think is bigger here, the 8 or the 9?
No,
The 9, right? So what does that tell us?
that's the second.
Yeah, that's the second greatest, right? So now we know that the American is the second greatest. Which tells us that the Australian is the least
I got it right.
greatest.
I got it right. I did it all correct.
The Aussies have
Look, I did
the
it all correct.
least greatest cockroaches. Excellent, excellent. Let me see everybody's paper very quickly.
I did it wrong.
Nice.
I did it wrong. I did only one. I did that, and that, and that.
Jazzy, but you caught your mistake, and that's what's important. Actually, I would even say catching a mistake is more powerful than just getting it right the first time. Excellent, excellent, excellent. All right, so now we are all jumping into our independent practice. As you work in your independent practice, I will be coming around, but I expect everybody to be using this place value chart. Use it for your independent practice. Make sure you have the little section for the decimals, right? Yep, jump straight into the IP. Before we do that, Noel, read the takeaway just one more time, please.
Good mathematician comparing decimals by using a place value chart to compare each value.
Excellent, excellent. So once again, we're going to be using this place value chart. If you're not using this place value chart, I'm going to erase your work and make you do it again. So, use the place value chart. Fair warning, you know I will erase it. You know I will make you do it all over again. You know if you don't do it, I will give it to you for homework too. And it's only because I can. And because I'm a little bit into child torture. Excellent, Noel is making that beautiful chart. Salamatu is making that beautiful chart. So as soon as you see the decimal, it should always indicate that we are no longer in whole numbers. So as long as you put that decimal, you can still put T, H, and then T again, right? But just remember. Yeah, perfect. Yep, THS. That is the emphasis. So thousands, hundreds, tens, ones, decimal, then tenths, hundreds, thousands. Excellent. We are all using our place value charts. Amazing. Keep up the great work before. Let's knock this out the park.